landing on Cryptex land. Get off the ship and take a walk. Take any guitar and start your own band. Here you can sing, here you can talk, here you can say whatever you want. Here you can stay, become a mutant. Just try to be nice. For hate there is no space. Don't skate on thin ice. You better not run that race. The race of the trolls, the race of the hate. I will show you the rules. Don't hate but create. You are landing on Cryptex land. Get off the ship and take a walk. Take any guitar and start your own band. Here you can sing, here you can talk, here you can say whatever you want. Here you can stay, become a mutant. Just try to be nice. For hate there is no space. Don't skate on thin ice. You better not run that race. The race of the trolls, the race of the hate. I will show you the rules. Don't hate, but create.
Hello guys, how are you? I hope you can hear me well. Let me know if my sound is good. Let me say hello to you guys first. I'm gonna see who's here. So we have Zeke from Australia. How are you, Zeke? Happy to have you here, man. Mary Beanie. How are you, Manny? My intros are cool. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Some people say the intros are very long, but it's just to give you some time to enter into the chat. So I'm glad you like my intros. In Australia, it's 6 a.m. raining, so not much. Flick through some records and Delphi it. 6 a.m. Are you going to sleep or are you waking up, man? Did you pick my second last post? Yes, I'm gonna play that tonight. That's this afternoon here. That's the purpose of my streaming. The jailhouse call. Sound is good. Thank you, man, for that. Thank you, Mary. Fishy is in the house. How are you, Fishy? Fishy is great. It's awesome. Jessica, happy to have you here. So no more protocol. We have here in the chat. We have a Zeke from the jailhouse. So he tagged me in one video that I'm gonna play right now. I didn't know about this video. It's a cell phone record that was made from a YouTube creator between him and his brother. His brother worked still works in the Westville prison, the Westville correctional facility. This is old, but I really didn't know about this cell phone call, and I think it's really interesting. So let's play this, and we can discuss in the chat after that. Let me know if sound is gonna be okay. Sorry, I was not.
Keegan Klein.
Yeah.
Alright, so I think
I did a boo-boo. I was not presenting my window. Sorry for that. So let's go back to the audio here. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm here.
Alright, so you know who this Keegan Klein character is?
Who?
Keegan Klein.
Yeah.
Alright, so I think that guy, he was soliciting minors online, and I think his dad was possibly also involved, Tony Klein, and I think Tony Klein and Richard Allen knew each other because Richard Allen used to live in Peru, close to Keegan Klein and his dad, Tony Klein. And Tony Klein and Richard Allen are about the same age. So I think they knew each other from there, and they went, like Keegan Klein, the son, was like, hey, I've got these girls here, and because on Keegan Klein's phone, the day the girls went missing, he did a search for the Marathon gas station in Delphi. So I think he went to Delphi and either gave that phone to Richard Allen or sold it to him, or he was then either complicit with what happened with the girls, one or the other.
I'm what phone? I don't know what, anyway, yeah, okay.
The phone that Keegan Klein was using to talk to the girls on the fake Snapchat account.
Okay, I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, no, Keegan Klein, he had made up a fake Snapchat account and was talking to the girls on that fake Snapchat account. Well, he had talked to the girls the day that they went missing. He was like the last one to talk to them on that Snapchat account. So I think that maybe Keegan Klein might have drove that phone to Marathon gas station and been like, oh, I'm going to sell this other pedophile guy this fucking phone because he want, it has some little girl, because it has little girl contact information on it and stuff like that. Because they think it's kind of like...
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, how did this dude live in the fucking Delphi for fucking 6 years and they didn't even...
That's what everybody doesn't understand, man, is how did this guy, because there's pictures of him, bro, up there at JC's bar.
I've seen him.
With the sketch of him in the background.
Yeah. And, like, I thought, 3 days after it happened, he turned himself into the fucking... mental hospital and shit too.
So people are like, how did his wife not know? And
I guarantee she knows.
Well, yeah, and then also it was, some people are thinking now possibly maybe it was his wife that actually tipped the police off.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, if his wife's the one that did it.
But I
tipped him off.
I think this Keegan Klein character finally ratted Richard Allen out. I think because they searched the Wabash River just 2 months ago, and right around that time, there was an order to pull Keegan Klein out of the Miami County Jail and take him into Indiana State Police custody so that he could make a deal with them and stuff. Because he was due in court he was due for jury trial and stuff in September. So a lot of people think that this Keegan Klein, because he's facing 30 different child porn charges, he made a deal with him finally and told him who he sold that phone to.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm lost here. I'm just saying, like, if these girls are walking along the trail and dudes killed them down there, like, what's that got to do with somebody talking to them on the phone? And
all right, well, how about this? What about if I set up a fake Snapchat account and I called Shannon Moyer up, and Shannon Moyer thought he was getting ready to go meet Jennifer Aniston, but really it's the Grim Reaper at the bridge.
Okay, nobody say anything about him meeting up with anybody.
No, because that's all speculation. That's why. But that's what they think. That's why the girls went to the bridge. The reason the girls went to that bridge, they believe, is because they communicated with Keegan Kline on that fake Snapchat account, and they thought they were going there to meet this guy by the name of Anthony Scott, who's like a model, like a 19-year-old model. When really it's this big fat slobby dude. And I think that his dad, Tony Kline, because he knew Richard Allen, I think all three of them are possibly involved.
I think if there was that many people involved, then somebody would have already been caught.
Well, they've got two of them. They've got Keegan Kline and they got Richard Allen.
What they charged Keegan Kline with?
30-some different counts of fucking child porn. They got him.
Yeah, but I'm saying, what about the Delphi murders, though?
Nope.
What are they charging with on there?
Nothing.
Okay, yeah.
So it's all speculation. It's all speculation from there. That's why they got the probable cause affidavit sealed, and they're not letting anybody see that. There's a hearing, I think.
You have 1 minute remaining.
There's a hearing, I think, November 22nd, to talk about if they're going to keep that probable cause affidavit sealed or not.
Yeah, they need to quit being so secretive with everything, dude. Let motherfuckers know what the fuck they got going on.
Well, yeah, I agree. I mean, we've waited long enough.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna hop off here. It's about to hang up.
You know,
make sure you order that magazine.
I will, man. Especially when you got family that lives in Delphi. You know.
Say what?
I said, especially when you have family that lives in Delphi.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just, but, all right. Yeah, I'll order that magazine for $100 tonight.
Yeah, the Master Fishing.
Master Fishing.
Right.
I got you, bro.
Thank you for using GTL.
Okay, thank you, Zeke, for the video. I really didn't know about this call. I think it's really interesting. Again, very suspicious that Richard Allen was arrested, just after the confession of Keegan Kline at the Grison Air Force Base. There are two things here. One thing is the available evidence. Another thing is the available information. And the other thing is the common sense, the logic. Remember that I'm gonna play these videos 30 seconds. The comparison between the hammer and the feather. Common sense tells you that the hammer is gonna fall faster than the feather. But there was this experiment made by the humans on the moon, which is really interesting.
Well, in my left hand I have a feather. In my right hand a hammer. And I guess one of the reasons we got here today was because of a gentleman named Galileo a long time ago who made a rather significant discovery about falling objects in gravity fields. And we thought that where would be a better place to confirm his findings than on the moon. And so we thought we'd try it here for you. The feather happens to be appropriately a falcon feather for our falcon. And I'll drop the two of them here, and hopefully they'll hit the ground at the same time. How about that? Which proves that Mr. Galileo was correct in his findings.
So the feather and the hammer, they touched the floor at the same time. So one thing is the available
So I
evidence.
thought it's
The
about
other thing
time
is
we
the available
put to
information,
rest
right?
why all objects fall to Earth at the same
Sorry
time.
for this. I have a glitch in my computer. It's really interesting that Keegan Klein was sending money to Libby via the Catch Up application. We have 10,000 coincidences here between Keegan Klein and the murders of Abby and Libby, but we have to be blind about it, right? We have to buy the narrative of some YouTube creators that they are pushing this narrative so hard, trying to hide the possibility or trying to bury the possibility of the connection between the clients and the murders, when the logic, the common sense, the available information, not the available evidence, tells you that the clients are connected. So Keegan Klein was sending money to Libby, right? This is nothing. This is just pure another random coincidence here. And we have this victim of Keegan Klein who was receiving as well money from Keegan via the Catch Up application. How cheap was Keegan Klein? Promising to send the victim money to buy Victoria's Secret stuff, shoes, purses, and he was sending $10 to buy some food for herself. But that was the way to obtain the address of the victims. So if this is just another coincidence, I'm happy for you guys, but I'm not buying that. Marathon gas station, Anthony Shott's account, sending money to Libby via the Catch Up application. Remember the transcripts. We have the money, the Anthony Shott's money account going to Libby's. So no, this is not a coincidence. In my opinion, the clients are involved. Just the fact that after the confession of Keegan at the military base, just right after that, we have the Wabash River search and we have the arrest of Richard Allen. No, I'm not buying that. Let me go back to the chat here, guys, to see what are you saying here, to not to be too late. Some inmates have jobs. Yeah, this is nice, man. Mar is here. Hello, Mar. Simdal from the Netherlands. Inmates always all about that commissary. Got that magazine? I hope so. Jamie, not Jaime. How are you, Jamie? Nice to have you here. Mary Mary is one of the, how can we say, co-host of Jeffrey Ignatowski. She's doing a lot of videos with Jeff about Delphi, about serial killers like BTK, Richard Ramirez, etc. She's one of the usuals here in the chat. Happy to see you again, Mary. I hope Jeff is doing better. I still believe Richard Allen is innocent, but I do believe 3 people are involved with the murders. Yeah, me too. Exactly. I don't think he's innocent, but I think there are 3 people involved, including Allen, in my opinion. I wish we had the messages between Libby and shots from her phone. Hey, by the way, that's a good point. Let me go to my channel here. Thank you for reminding me that I want to play something here. Give me 1 second, guys. Now that you're talking about the phone, how weird is this? How weird is this? You tell me if this is normal or if this is weird.
He looked at, there was also reference really quickly in cross-examination to the camera roll on Libby's phone having a photograph of Libby's own funeral. Now, I think the meaning behind that would be that the phone was taken, returned to her family, used, and one of the things they did was take a photograph with it at her funeral, and then it was returned to law enforcement. So I think the point was other people have had this phone, family members have had this phone, so we can't really trust the data. But since it had already been searched once before that, I didn't feel like that completely undid it. But we may learn more about that. It was done so quickly that it was a little bit difficult to understand what exactly the defense was trying to suggest.
Everything with this phone is so freaking weird. Everything. Let's play this again because I think it's really important, guys. And let me know in the comment section what do you think about this. But let's play it again and let's talk about it after. I don't get it, for real.
He looked at, there was also reference really quickly in cross-examination to the camera roll on Libby's phone having a photograph of Libby's own funeral. Now, I think the meaning behind that would be that the phone was taken, returned to her family, used, and one of the things they did was take a photograph with it at her funeral, and then it was returned to law enforcement. So I think the point was other people have had this phone, family members have had this phone, so we can't really trust the data. But since it had already been searched once before that, I didn't feel like that completely undid it. But we may learn more about that. It was done so quickly that it was a little bit difficult to understand what exactly the defense was trying to suggest.
To me, this is really weird. I have to go to the toilet for 1 minute, guys. So I'm gonna replay the video. And I'm gonna come back in 2 minutes, promise. YouTubers, they have to go to the bathroom, guys. So it's gonna take 1 second. In the meantime, I'm gonna play again this video because I'm really interested in your opinions about it.
He looked at, there was also reference really quickly in cross-examination to the camera roll on Libby's phone having a photograph of Libby's own funeral. Now, I think the meaning behind that would be that the phone was taken, returned to her family, used, and one of the things they did was take a photograph with it at her funeral, and then it was returned to law enforcement. So I think the point was other people have had this phone, family members have had this phone, so we can't really trust the data. But since it had already been searched once before that, I didn't feel like that completely undid it. But we may learn more about that. It was done so quickly that it was a little bit difficult to understand what exactly the defense was trying to suggest.
February 5:30 testimony just finished for the day in the Delphi murders trial. There was wide-ranging testimony today from experts and witnesses alike.
CBS 4's Max Lewis just got out of the courtroom. He joins us live from outside the courthouse. Max, what really stuck out to you today?
Hey, good evening, Chelsea and Bob. Yeah, I just got out of the court. We recessed just a little bit ago, probably about 10 minutes ago. I think.
Sorry for that, I'm back. Thank you guys for the patience. So I'm gonna come back to the chat, guys. I really think that situation is really weird. I don't understand why do we have pictures of the funerals of Abby and Libby in the cell phone of Libby, and if the situation is related to the phone being I don't know, given back to the family, this is unacceptable, of course. Maybe that's not the situation. I want to see what's your opinion. It is cloud related, still weird. I think that everything related to that phone is not yet really clear. So Mars in the chat, hi Wata. Hi Wata is back to the channel. No, hi Wata is always here. So happy to see you here, guys. Hi Wata, Zeke, Simdal, Nana Boomer. Stanley Kubrick really deserves an Oscar for this one. Yeah, some people think that the moon landing footage was made by Stanley Kubrick. Mar, saying hello to the guys. Jamie, I used to say Jaime to you. Sorry for that, but I learned my lesson here. Let me check here in the chat, guys. What do you think that the footage is actually something that was made by Kubrick? No, come on. Sindal, if there's a deal, that marathon tape makes a whole lot more sense. Just saying. This is a great point. Usually Sindal, he has like maybe the record of the best comments here, guys. For real. I think you are a top number one. Netherlands brains are something here, man. Yeah, I didn't think about it. Good. Great point. Great point. If there was a deal, a negotiation between Keegan and law enforcement, that makes a lot of sense. The disappearance of the marathon gas station tape. Awesome comment, Sindel. You know, I'm proud of you guys. Proud. Sick. Mary Beanie, that aligns with his blue. Didn't get that comment. Sistru, was it ever confirmed it was Libby that was sent money? According to the transcripts, Anthony Schotts, Keegan Klein, he was sending money to the Libby's account via the Cash App application. And when we hear the testimony of the other victim in another different process related to a catfishing scenario with Keegan Klein, of course, and Anthony Schotts, she said that the money that Keegan Klein was sending via the Cash App application, actually Keegan Klein was instructing her to how to use the Cash App application. So Keegan was giving her instructions about how is the application being downloaded, then the whole situation with the transactions and etc. But Keegan was really, really cheap. Sending $10 poor girls, for real. I'm not saying that $100 or $1,000 are making the situation better, but how, I don't know, how rotten is this guy in his brain? You know what I mean? And how vulnerable are the girls, the victims? And I think it was not just girls. Some guys, some boys were part of the victims as well. Let me go here. Disgusting, 100%. I know he used to say he was sending gifts to obtain addresses. Exactly. That was the objective. I'm gonna send you some gifts, so you need to give me your address. In that sense, in that way, I can deliver my gifts, the presents, so the Victoria's Secret stuff. But he never did it. He's a piece of shit, of course. Jeff is getting better, Cryptex. He said he was going to email you back. Cool. I'm so glad he's doing better. I think her sister deleted everything. I don't know what she did, but for sure, Kelsey, she knows more than she says. We know that it's not bashing the family. It's not being crap here, but we know that she knows more than she says in public, for sure. She has, and maybe that's normal. That's part of the investigation, maybe, I don't know, but she knows more than she can say in public. Mar says that's odd. It's very odd. Nana Boomer, her sister knew about Anthony shots and felt guilty about not saying anything. I think so. I think she has some remorse about the whole situation. Don't disagree with you. Simdal, cloud synchronization though, the home router is my best guess. Yeah, it could be cloud related, but still, it's food for speculation, you know. It's weird, still weird. Maybe another device like a tablet linked. Yeah, and that tablet, we know that the family, they had access to the tablet. That gives me also an idea here for you guys. Let me check here in my list of videos, because I think there's something important here to share with you. It's an old video I made, but now that you're mentioning that, Simdal, I think I'm gonna replay it. It's gonna take I need to do a quick research here. It's not gonna take so long. It's related to the cell phone pinging around Delphi at the times of the murders. And that was an interview that, yeah, it's this one. I have it here. Mike Patty, he did to that Grey Hughes, he made to Mike Patty. And I think that interview is already deleted, but I have some parts of that interview here. So it's gonna take 3 minutes. I'm gonna play it and let me know what do you think, guys, about this.
Did they both have a phone? No, Abby did not. Abby did not have. Mine don't have a phone yet either. So Liberty had the phone, and you see, that's what people do. That's what I do. I think of every possible thing that could happen. Maybe they dropped it in the water.
On High Bridge. Today, Sergeant Holman tells me they recovered even more audio from Libby's phone, which was found with the girls at the crime scene.
We've only released a portion of it. There's some others that we think could help. help us. But again, protecting the integrity of the investigation is the key here. So we can't release everything we have because there's only certain people that know the details. And if we release everything, then we get into possible false confessions.
Sergeant Holman.
This was what actually happened.
Is the attack itself on the recording?
No. This was what actually happened.
Is the attack itself on the recording?
No.
So
did that. That was all, you know. At the same time, when I was walking the trails and saw Becky, and she said, "Hey, we need to call the police. It's going to get dark soon." So I called the police and said, "Hey, this is what we got, and if I can help track, ping this phone, see if we can't get it going." And I actually went back because I was back at the truck. I walked back down the trails, and so literally within probably 10 minutes by the time I left the truck and walked back the trail, and I was walking back towards town, I ran into two officers coming at me down the trail. So they had deployed immediately, on my call. I think it was a city officer and a county officer. And we saw each other and said, "Hey, did you see anything?" No, neither one of us did. So they spun around, and I think that's when I ended up going back to the police station so we could get them phone information so they could start pinging. Becky was already there, Anna was there, and it was a long night of coming up with anything we could do with phones. I ran back out to the house here and got any iPads or iPods or computers or anything electronic gadgetry that I could come across to take back in so they could review through all that.
At some points of that video, I was stopping the video to make some comments, but I think my microphone was muted, so sorry for that. It was funny that Jerry Holman was talking about integrity, the integrity of the investigation. Like if he's the most integral guy in this world. Of course, integrity is something that some word that is not in the dictionary of Jerry Holman for sure. Rebecca, didn't Kelsey say she erased things off Libby's phone? I don't know if it was Kelsey, but yeah, actually the phone was factory reset some days before the date of the murders. So Mara, so someone had access to her accounts for sure. Kelsey, she did have access to Libby's account for sure. She said that in public. she was talking to Anthony Schultz. We know that. That is in video. That is public information. She said that herself. So yeah, Kelsey, she had the password of the Instagram and the Snapchat accounts of Libby. Yeah, the hypothesis of Simdal is very plausible for sure. Nana Boomer, Rebecca, I'm not sure if that's a fact or a rumor about her admission of deleting stuff on a phone. Well, the factory reset of the phone was is a fact. I don't remember who did the factory reset. I really don't remember if it was Betty or Mike or Kelsey. I don't know, but yeah. You better watch your hands, creep. I'm not from Netherlands, but we wash our hands in Colombia. Same. Don't worry about it. Trial Junkie. The really sad thing is that the evidence of Libby communicating with Anthony Schultz didn't come into the trial. A lot of evidence didn't come into the trial. We didn't have any information about Ron Logan. We didn't have any information about, yes, as you say, Anthony Schultz, about Keegan Klein. So yeah, I really don't blame the jurors here. I think there are multiple actors, but the jurors, they didn't have the whole information at the time of the process. And I can accept that some jurors, at least the ones who went to talk to the media, they are not the most bright people in the room, but I don't blame it. They were working with limited information. When you work with limited information and you are watching just one guy in the courtroom, I don't blame the jurors at all. Mary Beanie, remember and put BK down. BK? What do you mean? What is BK? I'm missing the joke here, guys. Sorry for that. Trial Junkie. Too bad the defense didn't use the Anthony Schultz information. I agree 100%. Did they have that evidence during trial? Well, we know that Keegan Klein couldn't be named during the process. The third party suspects were not allowed to be part of the defense strategy. So, yeah, even the name of Ron Logan couldn't be named during the process. So, imagine that, because there was no nexus, really. Mary, and why did the cops destroy Richard Allen's gun? That doesn't make sense, Cryptex. Good point. Nana, I don't think anything in investigation was done correctly. Lots of cover-ups, in my opinion. Yeah, of course, the investigation was just crap, was trash. Bad investigation. And again, when the investigation is trash, when the investigation is crap, how can you trust the outcome? It's hard to trust the outcome, for sure. And as you say, there's a fine line between incompetence and corruption. And I remember Skip Jansen, when he was here in one of the shows we made with him, he was right, in my opinion. He said, when you are making a lot of mistakes, you are going to try to cover those mistakes. So that's when incompetence becomes corruption, right? Simdal, the moon landing was a psychological operation to bankrupt the Russians. I really think that we have enough evidence to say that the moon landing was a fact. Rebecca, I'd like to talk to the FBI who were involved and were helping to see what all they found and what they think. Well, we know that the FBI, they were hard on Ron Logan. Nana Boomer, they had all of this stuff. Judge Gullible said it couldn't be used. No nexus again. No nexus. I don't understand that. It's just insane. No nexus. You have the body of the girls, the bodies of the girls in your property. No nexus. Your gun, when we talk about Ron Logan, cannot be disconnected from the bullet that was found at the crime scene. And you say that there is no nexus. And we have Anthony Schultz, who was meeting the girls the day of the murders. We have no nexus. We have the Marathon gas station magically disappearing, and we have no nexus. We have, oh my God, I just, sorry, my dog is barking, so she had some vaccines today, so she's not feeling well. She's gonna bark for sure. Gullible, my phone refuses to type go. Yeah, the autocorrection is funny. Trial Junkie, there is proof that Libby was communicating with Anthony Schultz, and the jury should have, of course. But that's part of the, I could blame as well the defense for that, because they didn't push too hard on the Anthony Schultz angle. And my opinion is because there is a potential connection between the clients and Richard Allen. So that's why they didn't push in that sense, in my opinion. And I may be wrong again. Let me go back. Let me go. Trial Junkie, $10 in 2017 was worth more than now. Yeah, I agree. And again, it's not about the amount, $10 or $100. At the end, it's crap what he was doing, but he was obtaining his objective with only $10. He's just a piece of shit, Keegan Kline, and his father, Tony, for sure. Why did he want addresses to meet, to be able to assault the girls? Remember the ski mask incident? That was the purpose. That was the objective. They want to have the addresses of the victims to commit some sexual assault or to kidnap the girls. Remember also that we have this audio material. Remember the murder sheet interview with Kyla? And Kyla said that Keegan was telling her, I can kidnap you. Remember that? Have that situation present in your mind. I can kidnap you. So that could be the scenario of the Delphi murders. Maybe a kidnapping scenario that went wrong. Remember that interview again between the Kyla's victim and Keegan Kline, the murder sheet, when Kyla was saying that she was kind of lucky because she went to the Galveston Park with a girlfriend, and Keegan was so pissed that he was sending her messages telling her that why did you come with another person, with a girl? Remember that I can kidnap you, that I can cut your throat, and I can watch you bleeding out. So that's why they wanted addresses. Mar, maybe to prey on vulnerable girls. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, yes, I know I was muted. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I was saying at that point that it was really funny that Jerry Holman was talking about integrity, the integrity of the investigation. Yeah, the most integral guy in the room, right? So funny. Sorry, I was talking alone. Sorry for that, guys. They only released a portion. Have we gotten more of her phone? Good point. Blue Bayou. Hello, Blue Bayou. Happy to have you here. Hey, my phone's still bad or not? Can you hear me? I hope you can hear me. Hey, guys, please send me a comment in the at the bottom. We hear you. Okay, thank you, Mark. Okay, so I think that was just temporary, I guess. Sorry for that. Yeah, that was. Seemed that they completely misrepresented the audio in several ways. I agree. Libby's phones, plural. Yeah, I know I was muted. Sorry for that. Shit happens. Sorry, guys. Any lip readers in chat? Sorry for that. How many phones did Libby have? Yeah, that whiskey is really good. Actually, it's from here, from Canada. We know that because of Trump, we cannot buy any alcohol from US. And in Canada, you know, we have the maple syrup. So this whiskey is made from maple syrup, let's say. Or I don't know what's the process of that, but it's like sweet. I really love it. So yeah, that's what happened with Trump makes that type of economic war. Let me continue here. Human's back hair would just be a continuation of his head, like a hedgehog, a lesbian hedgehog. Creep needs, I am a boomer, have patience. Sorry for that. Did Abby have a tablet? At least Libby, she had a tablet. Yeah, you can hear me now. That's awesome. Why did the suspect judge not allow the photo feeds? What do you mean? Don't understand. I was born before everything went digital. I don't follow them. That's crazy. And with the artificial intelligences today, I'm just scared. I'm very catastrophic. I feel like in a Terminator movie, the end of the world is coming. The Judgment Day. Jay Ray, how are you, Jay? You are just casually 42 minutes late. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. Abby's boyfriend, you mean Logan Holder? That's an interesting character also. Zeke. Keegan's teeth would be the first rack some of those guys in the correctional facility have seen in decades. He must be getting bounced around that place. Actually, the weight of Keegan Klein is like, I'm not going to say a power, but there's something in his benefit. He's too big. You can have a bunch of inmates trying to hurt you. And when you are that big, it's going to be hard. It's my opinion. Anyways. What is the nexus between Richard Allen and the crime? The nexus was the bullet. We know that. But we know that the bullet science is just crap. So, yeah. Like that shirt at the Yeah. Forgot the name. Come on. Pulp Fiction. The Pulp Fiction one. Yeah, I love Pulp Fiction. The shirt and the poster. It's not a poster. It's like a tableau. Like how do you say tableau in English? I forgot that. A frame, a paint, something like that. Yeah. J. Ray. The motor shit kills me every time. The motor shit. What do you mean? Murder shit. For real. It's not in purpose. I really want to say the murder shit, but I cannot say the word. It's the murder shit. It's not a mistake. It's the way my vocal structure works. Not an English speaker for sure. J. Ray. OMG. And DC, the Carter saying Jerry Holman is not a liar. Yeah, he's not. Of course, he's not. It's a piece of shit. In my opinion, this trial junkie, this kidnapping ring is still being looked. I hope so. Nana Boomer, until this trial, I thought defense was allowed to present whatever they could find in addition to police evidence. Didn't know judge knew everything before trial and had to okay everything. Hey, I'm gonna drop the link here, guys, if you want to call. If you want to call, it's gonna be a pleasure to talk to you guys. Just don't be shy. Cinder, you have to call one day, man. I love your ideas. Same for Mar, for Hiawatha. So give me that pleasure, guys. Trial Junkie. Anna didn't want Abby to have a phone on her Facebook until she was 14. But with the parties, she had both. J. Ray, don't hold it against me, Cryptex. I just live here. I didn't vote for him. No. I don't want to mix politics with anything. I'm just saying it is a fact. Because of the economic war, we cannot buy any whiskey from US. And I love the Jack Daniel's honey because I love sweet alcohol. So I have to buy now the Canadian one. So I am participating now with to the Canadian economy. And Anna Boomer, I don't know how trials can be fair. Only with a fair judge. Yeah, I agree with you. With you on the AI, yeah. To me, we're in the Terminator scenario. For real, I'm catastrophic. I can see this getting worse day by day. And it's like an exponential situation, a logarithmic situation here. It's not a linear thing. I think we are not prepared to. Canvas. Hey, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you, Jerry. Canvas. Exactly. No complaints. So here I have the link, guys, if you want to call. It's going to be a pleasure. For one day I will call. I hope so. Simdal. It's going to be a pleasure. It's going to be one of the best shows ever in my channel. I have an atrocious Dutch accent. Well, it's going to be a war of accents here. Makes Cryptex look fluent. I don't know how to take that comment, but thank you for that. Okay, you're making me feel better now, JRI. Thank you for that. It is maple syrup instead of honey. Yeah, it is. Exactly. Cryptex is John Connor in our timeline. Maybe, we never know. Thank you, Mar. Thank you for that. I don't know, guys, if someone wants to call, be free to call. Nana Boom, Jack Daniel's honey with extra honey. Yeah, especially with when you have some flu. I agree with you. let me share something here again, guys, with you. Something that I find interesting. It's gonna take me 1 second to find it. Actually, I remember that Anthony Grino, he told me that I couldn't play the Michael Cut, how can we say? Remember that I played a video, extract of the video that was made by Michael Cut about the van. And Anthony Grino told me that he's gonna complain about my channel. He's gonna give me some type of copyright strike because of that. And I took down those videos. But it's really interesting that the whole van theory was actually online at the beginning of the case. So just for fun, not for fun, important, I'm gonna play one of those videos here. So give me 1 second here. Present, share screen, share. Let's go with this.
You take us to what you think happened that day.
I have a theory. Mind you, it's just a theory that something could have happened right there at the point where the bodies was found. I won't give her name, but I will use her initials, KW. She had said, had my son have gotten home a little earlier, he would have caught them going down the hill.
The van, driven by Mr. Weber.
They have that private drive. Now, we know that he arrived a short time after that, a very small time right after they was abducted. What if his car was going down that path and one of the girls yelled to try to get the attention of the driver? That could have set the guy off.
But the van, driven by Mr. Weber, spooked him. He probably heard it. I mean, that's a long lane. You can hear it before it gets right up there.
You can. I've heard it.
Yeah. So I think that he then took him across that frigid creek.
But if one of them had yelled to try to get the attention of the driver, that could have tipped things off immediately. He could have struck one of them, the other could have yelled, and it just became what it was, a double murder.
Well, I think the evidence and the facts clearly indicate that they were out there, dropped off, possibly to meet somebody, or maybe just to go out there and enjoy a nice, unseasonably warm day. And in Richard's own words, he laid in wait. He stalked them. He kidnapped them by telling them to go down the hill, by pointing a gun at them. I believe he was going to sexually assault them at the bottom of that hill, underneath the trestle.
Anybody that knew that area and had covered it, and to the extent that the suspect did, he had been there quite a few times waiting. This was a crime of convenience. The guy had went there, he knew the area, had it all in his head as to how it was going to play out once somebody showed up that fit his image of victim and there was no one else around. If they get down to that bridge in an area where you can go over and get them, you take them right over to that point, because that point couldn't be seen from the trail or the bridge. You couldn't be seen from any area there. He knew that, and he knew his way out.
My theory is that he probably commanded them to get naked and was going to do some sort of sexually gratifying acts there, and was being selfish and was a coward. I think he treated them like animals. And again, that's where my anger comes into how one human being could treat two other human beings that way. I think that he was selfish and thought that they were going to turn him in, that he failed to kidnap him. He failed to gratify himself sexually, and he slit their throats, put sticks on them, and how he can go on and live his life, I don't know. I'm not a psychologist, but he did. And I think there's a lot of other theories, but that's what the facts and the evidence clearly indicates happened.
I am using the best guesswork that I have in the same way that investigators do. Law enforcement and trolls, man, hop on. Get the fuck out of here.
So for some reason, Anthony Grino, sorry, it's on autoplay here. So for some reason, Anthony Grino, he doesn't want to have that video out online. According to him, he owns the channel of Michael Catt. I don't know if that's true or not, but that was what he told me on one of the comments he made in that video, or in another video, because I repeated this Michael Catt speech about the van in multiple videos, and he was always commenting, Anthony Grino, that if I don't take down that video, he's gonna strike me with copyright. So I don't know. And one of the things he said is that he's the owner of the channel. So we know that Michael Catt is already dead, and according to Grino, he's the owner of his channel. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't think he has a good record to trust him. But anyways, it's weird that he doesn't want that material out. Anyways, let me come back to the chat here, guys. Grino is all about money, yeah, for sure. For educational purposes, Dr. John. So, Mar, these people said this was info only the killer would know. Yeah. Great point, Mar. Great point. So it was not info that only the killer would know, of course. And we know that during the process, it was not said the white van. The actual words were the van. It wasn't even the white van. It was the van. Dr. Monica Walla. Simdal, I saw it on Reddit within months of the crime. Cannot find it anyone. What? What are you looking for? According to Mar, Richard Allen was 100% railroaded. Weber was clock turquoise looking up part of it. J. Ray, Zeke, wanna help me to name one of these kittens? What are you talking about? Oh, Georgie Girl's here. Hello, Georgie. Wondering how he is able to request a strike on behalf of someone else's channel. According to him, he's the owner of the channel. How can we know that? I don't know. But for some reason, he doesn't want to have this material online. You tell me why. That's my question. He has some agenda here. Blue Bayou, get naked, strange expression and selfish is another. Zeke, I wonder how many sleuths have Cat as their person of interest. Simdal, if you comment on it, falls under fair use. The strike won't hold. Okay. The presence of a potential white van was on Reddit in several posts, and it's not even the white van. What Richard Allen said, it was the van. So remove the white part of that sentence. It's even worse. Is he the owner of the man? Yeah, what the fuck? 1 point, true crime. Cryptex, saludes amigo. Passing by, showing support and respect. Oh, thank you for that. I appreciate it. So, I want to talk also about about the sticks. You know that this is one of the main elements here that is really blowing my mind. I really don't know what is the significance of that element in the crime. It's really weird. I want to play a video about signatures. It's not related to Delphi. It's a video of 4 minutes, but I think it's interesting to know how the killers act in terms of signatures. So if you have the patience, I think it's really interesting. We can trigger a discussion with this small clip here, guys. So let me know what do you think about this.
It's not hard to kill somebody. You can kill somebody pretty.
It's not hard
It's
to
not
kill
hard to
somebody.
kill somebody. You can kill somebody pretty easy if you have the mindset for it.
I felt the signature was something stuffed in the mouth.
I met him at the bar. He gave me his phone number, and I called him up. It was later on. He seemed like an all right guy.
Something unexpected happened.
I went to his house, and I walked to his living room. He said, "There's some videos there. If you want to watch a video, watch a video." So I put one of the videos in. What came on the screen, it shocked me. And I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It just totally freaked me out. That video triggered a memory that I had blocked out of me being a little kid. The switch went on, and that was it. And I just snapped. Guess it just opened up a monster.
Allegedly spurring him onto a mission to kill.
I was on a real adrenaline high. From there on, it was just downhill rage.
Blood was noted coming from his mouth. He suffered a fair amount of trauma to the face and the head area. Leaves and/or dirt protruding from his mouth. Dirt and leaves have been stuffed into his mouth, down into his throat, which just really filled it, literally. This is obviously somebody who has, for lack of a better term, a lot of issues. This was a lot of force. This was overkill.
He just seemed a little jittery or something. Something wasn't right. This guy had apparently offered him a ride.
He just started talking all crazy, and it just got real creepy. It just got to be, I'm gonna this guy up. You know? Took him behind the shed, and I just beat the hell out of him. Stuffed his mouth full of dirt and left him.
How'd you feel afterwards leaving his body behind?
I don't know. I felt all right, you know. There's not really a way to describe it, you know. It just, I guess, relief.
I felt the signature was something stuffed in the mouth. This could be a serial offender.
A man was found dead in his trailer, and something was stuffed in his mouth.
This is it. That's it. It clicked right there. This is the lead. This is the person we're looking for.
The detectives decide to bring the cases to the FBI. The FBI takes the lead. They connect the killings.
Right after I killed him, I started searching his place, you know, to see what I could find to take with me. And I found that wallet in his closet.
The wallet belongs to an acquaintance of the victim.
Had his driver's license, birth certificate, social security card. I wasn't going to carry my ID around with my name on it, knowing that the police were looking for me. So I took the birth certificate and social security card. I took it down to the DMV, and I told them I lost my driver's license, and I basically became Timothy Ronald Whitfield.
The victim appears to have blunt force trauma to the head.
He was face up, and he had a, what I can remember is a ruby red rag stuffed in his mouth.
We want to question you about this, and they took me down to the police station.
He may have nothing to do with this homicide whatsoever. He shows up, and we question him. At that point, his demeanor changed drastically. He sunk down in the chair, and he said, "I'm glad it's over. I'm glad it's over."
Confesses not to 4, but to 6 murders. After pleading guilty to 6 murders, Gary Ray Bowles was sentenced to death and has spent the last 15 years on death row.
It's not hard to kill somebody. You can kill somebody pretty easy if you have the mindset for it.
That was a quick clip about. Don't know. I lost my screen here. I cannot control my screen. I cannot put comments. What's going on? Oh, okay. I'm back. Sorry for that. Zeke, is this Greeno? Okay, guys. I think it's almost 1 hour 16 minutes. Last chance, guys. I'm gonna drop the link here. If someone wants to call, you're welcome to talk about the case. If not, I think it's gonna be all for today. Yeah, again, I think it's really weird. I don't know why Greeno, he doesn't want to have that material about Michael Katz talking about the van like 6 years ago. Actually, the whole confession of Richard Allen was like a repetition of what Michael Katz said online on his channel 6 years ago. So it's really weird. We know that the van information was actually all over the place on YouTube, in Reddit, and yeah, we cannot play that material because apparently the Michael Katz channel owner is Anthony Greeno. This is weird. I would like to know that proof, but anyway, it is what it is. Mar, Cryptes, so you think the sticks are a signature? Oh, for sure, 100%. The thing is, I don't know what is the significance. I have no idea. And now that you are talking about signatures, and I know, guys, that some of you don't like this person, but I really love her. Give me just another 5 minutes here, guys, because I think this is relevant when we talk about signatures. Yeah, I don't know what is the significance. I don't know what was the killer trying to do with that. If he was trying to mislead the investigators, if he was trying to, let me check if my microphone is on, because the other time I was walking, yeah, I think it's on. Mislead the investigators, of if there was some type of, I don't know, satanic pattern or hunting meaning. I made a video about the 8 possibilities of that could explain the sticks significance, but sometimes that signature means nothing. And I'm gonna play this video because I really like the explanations that were given by the criminal profiler Pat Brown. I don't know why a lot of people don't like Pat Brown. I really love her. I think she's bright, she's funny, she's crazy. I don't know. I love this criminal profiler. She's so cool. I really love her. So I'm gonna play the video where she's talking about the sticks and what does she thinks. What does she think about the sticks' significance? And while the video is playing, I'm gonna go to have myself another Canadian whiskey, and see you in 5 minutes, guys.
I'm a criminal profiler, and I can tell you, I have no idea. You know why? Because I'm not committing that crime. It's not my fantasy. People think somehow criminal profiles get into the heads of all serial killers and stuff, and we know exactly why they do whatever they do. No, we don't. And if we say we do, we're lying because it sounds cool. If I go, oh, for him, the piling of the sticks upon the girls, it meant to him that he had encaged them. Or some people, maybe he felt guilty. No, the person who killed these girls does not feel guilty about anything. I guarantee you that. So that's a psychopath and a half. Not going to feel guilty. So when people say, oh, the serial killer put the blanket over the woman's head because he felt bad. No, he didn't. He might have covered her up because he didn't want people looking through the window to see a dead body there. He might have done it because he said, you done. Ha. You thought you're pretty. Can't even see you now. I don't know because I'm not there and I'm not them, but guilt is not part of it. So was he covering up, putting sticks on them because he was intending to cover up their bodies more? Even though they were supposed to be in that area and everybody knew they were going to be in that area, so kind of waste of time. But who knows? I don't know why he did it, bridge guy, but he did it. And it's not important to actually try to figure it out. And even if you caught the right guy, if it's Alan or somebody else, and you said, why did you put those sticks? Since the guy's a psychopath, half the time he'll lie to you. Oh, I did that because, yeah, okay. And we're supposed to believe you. Why? It doesn't matter. The only time it would matter is if the sticks were cut in a certain way that the killer also cut sticks on another occasion, or he used sticks at that location that he had at his house, as if it were actual evidence that would link to the killer, then it would matter. On occasion, when a killer does the rare signature thing, which is overplayed in Hollywood, there's a difference between MO and signature. MO is modus operandi or method of operation, something you do to commit the crime. The girls' throats were cut. That kills them. That's theoretically MO. But signature is something they do just for their own pleasure, and it's just part of their fantasy. Well, cutting the throat should be the same thing. So I don't know. Pick which one you want. But if they do something particularly unusual, there was a Korean serial killer who stuck peaches up the vaginas of his victims. That's unusual. Why did he do that? I don't know. Maybe he had a lot of peaches. Again, I don't know. But he did that. Now, the usefulness of that is if you find a woman with a peach upper, you can say, must be the same dude, as long as you didn't get that information out to the community, right? So there are the rare times when the killer does something so unique that it helps link crimes. The majority of the time, most serial killers do such basic stuff. They jump out of the bushes, they strangle a woman, rape her, and then they walk away. And you can't tell one, you could have 10 women with you can go to VICAP, the FBI thing, and you try to link the crimes together. You find, like, across the nation, 50 women who were all strangled and raped and left by the side of a bike path. You could have 50 different serial killers because it's just basic. On the other hand, some of those might be linked, but who knows? And then just because a person strangles doesn't mean the next time they won't stab the person instead. Like, man, when I strangled her, she like ripped at me. I don't like that. Next time I'm just going to. So the MO changes. So it's a little more complicated than people think, and way less useful the majority of the time than people think as well. So motive a lot of times is all I can ever say, which I can say 100% of the time is true. Serial killers love power and control, and they want to play out their fantasy. To them, it's fun. This is a big fat thrill because they get to do something that is, they're going to do this thing that they're playing God with somebody's life, and they're doing something so horrific and so awful, and they get to see the fear and terror on the faces of their victims. They like that. I can tell you that.
Okay, that was Pat Brown. Pat Brown, criminal profiler. I really love her. She's so cool. She's smart. She's intelligent, funny. I really love her channel. I I invited her to be my guest here in my channel. I was not expecting even an answer, and she answered to me. She's not gonna be here, but she was really nice. She answered to me in a really nice way. Anyways, I think she's right. The signature is something that is in the mind of the killer. We cannot put ourselves in the mind of the killer because these are a different type of animal. You know what I mean? You cannot think like these perverts or criminals they do. So they are playing their own fantasy. What was that fantasy? I don't know. But coming back to the question of Mark here, yes, of course, I think that the sticks were a signature. I don't think it was an attempt to conceal the bodies at all. I'm not gonna buy that. It doesn't make sense at all in my mind. But yeah, coming back here to your comments, guys. Simda, Ray Gun, you cannot tell the difference. I'm gonna skip the comments where I'm just lost and it's a conversation between you guys because I'm so late in the chat. Simda, Pat Brown is dislike because she shoots down bullshit theories. She's great. I agree with you. I agree. She's straight to the point. She's very logical, and she doesn't buy bullshit. I agree with you. She's awesome. I think J-Ray, she has a channel. So if you guys, you can share J-Ray channel here in the chat. It's going to be awesome. Thank you for that. Georgie Gar, I try to do that too, but it doesn't work. Yeah, we are gonna share your channel, J-Roy. You deserve that. And why don't you call? Come on. Come on. I want to talk to you guys. It's a shame. Don't want to be alone here talking by myself. Okay. Thank you, Mar, for that. So we have here J-Roy channel. Awesome viewer, awesome subscriber. Great ideas, great brain. So if you can subscribe to J-Roy, that's gonna be awesome. I have a crush with Pat Brown, you mean? Maybe she's great. I really love her. Maybe I have a crush with her mind for sure. Tony Klein, hello Shelly, how are you? Tony Klein looks more like a British guy than Richard Allen. I don't know. I think it's mostly like in the middle. I think Richard Allen is too short to be British guy, even if I think he is. I actually think that Richard Allen is British guy. But when I see the video, to me, it's someone taller than him. And Tony Clay is just too tall. He's so tall. To me, someone, I'm not saying it's Keegan, but it's someone like Keegan, like the same height of Keegan. But anyways, that's another discussion. To me, I think there's enough elements to conclude that it's likely Richard Allen is likely British guy. We don't have enough evidence to say that he is the killer or that he murdered the girls. To me, we know the story until the bridge, but we don't know the story after the bridge. So this is for another streaming, let's say. But whatever. Quietly concerned is here. Thank you for that. And hey guys, please hit the like, of course. And if you are late, please hit the like. A different kind of animal, exactly. Yeah. Shelley Klein. Our Shelley, he was a hunter. You mean Tony Klein? I saw a video where hunters put brush or sticks on their dead kill. Yeah, I think it was my video actually. And I have a theory about that. You can look in my channel about the sticks theories I have. One of that is the hunting ritual, let's say. And remember that in during the interrogation of Keegan Klein, or an interview, I don't remember if it was an interview or an interrogation. Maybe it was Barbara McDonald who was talking to Keegan. At one point, Keegan said, "My father, he is so strong that he's able to drag deers with his hands. You know, he's that strong that he was able to drag deers with his hands." So to me, Tony Klein is like Brutus. You know, remember Brutus for this cartoon Popeye? He's a big, enormous guy with a lot of strength, very, very, very tough, rough, powerful in a physical way. I mean, so I can see Tony Klein in that scenario for sure, and that is interesting. When Keegan Klein was talking about Tony Klein being able to drag deers just with his hands, and especially in the context of the conversation, you know, he was trying to implicate or to involve Tony Klein in the murder. So for sure. Shelley, I think Tony Klein and Keegan Klein have done this before. Luis Cuevas is here. How are you, Luis Cuevas? Ooh, Ana Lisette. How are you, Ana? Ana, I'm so sorry. Every time you send me a message, I read your messages, but I don't have time to answer. I'm so freaking busy at the work. But I saw you send me the video that Sergio Dinaro made about Kelsey German, the language analysis. Again, this is very interesting. I love Sergio Dinaro. I think he's an expert in language analysis, deception, detection, let's say. I'm not a fan of his conclusions. I think he's wild when he goes to the conclusions. But of course, I think we know that Kelsey, she knows more than she can tell us in public. So I don't want to go into that situation. Is going to be like very wild, but yeah. Thank you for your email again. And guys, I read all of your emails. I'm just too busy to answer sometimes, and it's not because I don't want to answer. It's just I'm running at the office, so sorry for that. But I appreciate your communications for sure. Let me go here. Shelley Klein. It's Germany analyzed, but Carter mentions Germain. Trial Junkie. The FBI tried to take the lead, but Although didn't want that. Analyzed. Talking about the Germain stuff. Carter is a joke and a half. You know, sometimes I think so. Sometimes when he's just talking in riddles, it's a joke. I think a professional law enforcement agent he should go online with very, very straight statements. So like, this is what happened. This is what we are looking for. This is what we need for you guys to help us with the investigation. But Carter was just talking in riddles, confusing the public. This is not a picture. This is a combination of when he was talking about the sketches. Everything was confusing. Everything was confusing. Giving food for speculation, giving food for wild theories. He was not helping the public to help with the investigation. I tend to agree with you, Shelley. He pretends to care about the girls. He pretends to be like a martyr here, but he's not the martyr. He's not the victim. He was just looking for a proudly retirement, and he obtained that. He's retiring. He was able to close the case, and but yeah, he was not very professional, in my opinion, when he was just confusing the public and talking in riddles. That's not the way to go out and to talk about the case and to give information to the public, for sure. Maxwell. Mark and Betty, how are you guys? Happy to have you here. 90 degrees today, and I hate that. 90 Fahrenheit? I'm so bad when you talk in Fahrenheit. I used to talk in Celsius, so let me do the conversion here. 90 degrees in 90 Fahrenheit, sorry, to Celsius is gonna be, oh, it's hot. It's 32 degrees. I have a problem here in Canada. Here we have like 8 months of winter. It's like Siberia. It's really cold, and just like that, we switch to Florida. It's so hot, so it's horrible. I really don't know if I prefer the winter or the summer here. It's freaking crazy. Sorry, 1 second here, guys. Coming back to the channel, to the chat. Yeah, I'm glad for you, Georgie, because sometimes I don't get Simdal's jokes. More like Shrek. Using intrigue. What do you? I don't believe anything Grino says. Neither do I. Just. And he said, I'm not aware of basic hunters in the US having rituals when they shoot an animal. Native Americans may have some rituals, but I guess basic Indiana deer hunters wouldn't. We never know. You know, when I have this, I love Jaggermeister. If you can see here in my wall, because I love Jagger for sure. And the whole ritual scenario here between hunters is very special. So when you are part of that community, for sure you're gonna have some rituals. It's not because you are in Indiana or because you are in Florida. If you are into hunting, you're gonna have some type of rituals. That's my opinion. But anyways. Trial Junkie. Anna, do some research on Odinist. They definitely have hunting rituals. I don't know. I'm doing good, Cryptex. How are you? I'm really tired. This week was crazy at work, and I think the next weeks are gonna be like that. But I'm good. I feel good. So thank you for asking. I appreciate that. Annalise, no need to reply. Thank you. But I really read and I take care of your emails, guys. And it's not like I have 200,000 subscribers, but sometimes I cannot just read your emails. Okay, Anna, what I got from Sergio Dinaro analysis is that Libby's sister believed the girls were planning to meet someone at the trails. That could make sense of a number of things. It's a good point. I think that was the case, actually. Carter was a joke and an actor. Yeah. I think he was a joke, and he's a joke. All of them are a joke. If family had a strong idea, the girls may have met someone, perhaps gone away. That could explain why the initial search didn't find anything. Oh, Carol is here. I hope all is well. Yeah, everything's perfect here with you guys. Annalise said, Carter was a bureaucrat. He said he was not part of the investigation. He said a lot of weird stuff. He was just not helping. He was just creating confusion. He didn't help at all. He's lucky. He's retired. He had a medal on his chest. And they're not gonna go after the other actors for sure. That is a close case for them. So yeah. So it's almost like 2 hours, guys. I was not able to convince you of calling. So maybe we are gonna do that the next time. So I'm gonna stop here. It was cool to talk to you guys. Thank you for joining me. If you are not in the live streaming, please hit the like in the replay. And yeah, it was really cool, guys. See you maybe tomorrow. I'm gonna try to come back tomorrow, guys. Thank you so much. See you. Bye. Hit the like, share the video, join the channel, subscribe.